Shree Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinamakshoruham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Bibhratim Soumyam Ratna Ghadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambikam. Welcome to all for the session on Lalitopakhyanam. In the previous part of the Lalitopakhyanam, we have seen uh, Bandasura attack the Sarkaloka and suck away all the life vital juice from the body of all the suras, means the Devathas and the Apsaras, thus making them lifeless beings. And then he returned to Shunyakanagara with a great delight. Meanwhile, Vishukra and Vishanga caused the same torture in the earth as well in the Rasatala. Vishukra and his 1000 Akshohinis spread out all over the length and breadth of the earth and roamed at will in invisible forms. They possessed all human beings, entering their bodies through their respiratory organs. Once inside, they began to drink up all the fluids and juices, including blood and vital secretions. As in the case of Devatas in Sargaloka, so also here on earth the males and females became more skinny skeletons, deformed, ugly, and impotent. Unlike Sargaloka, where the human beings had no alternative but starve to death, for nothing would grow on the parched earth, and whatever was already in existence soon dried, wilted, and vanished. Starvation and death stacked the face of the earth. As time passed, the earth became one long expanse of desert and tundra. With the depletion of all rasa, Bhogalakshmi fled from the world, accompanied by Bhagyalakshmi, Dhanyalakshmi, Veeralakshmi, and Santanalakshmi, because they were the one who were giving all these through the rasa, so they all had left. As the rulers of the world became enfeebled, Rajalakshmi also departed from them. Meanwhile, Vishanga, veiled in invisible vesture, reduced his substantial body and those of his 1000 Akshohinis into finer matter capable of penetrating into the bowels of the earth and entered Rasatala. There they possessed the bodies of snakes and sucked up their poison, which had no effect whatever on their disintegrated bodies. The poisonous fluids transformed themselves into vital life supporting media for these asura demons, whose digestive fluids were so many forms of fire capable of evaporating and absorbing all types of rasa or fluid liquids. Bereft of their virulent poisons and other fluids in the body, the serpents, great and small, shriveled up into mere skinny skeletons. The great Bali's progeny, through themselves, Danavas were not spared. The Siddhas, who are famed for their psychic powers and renowned as great masters of medicine, notwithstand the baneful effects of Vishanga's retinue drying up all the rasa. They could not keep their bodies in good health for lack of rasa and could hardly survive. The other dwellers of Rasatala became peevish through loss of health and began quarreling and destroying one another with unreasonable greed and the wrath. Thus, Bandasura and his two brothers wrought havoc in the three worlds by drinking up all rasa, which alone is responsible for dharma, artha, and kama. With the drying up of kama rasa, distorted virility and potency. With the disappearance of the vital fluids, there was no glow, charm, or glamour, no joy, song, or dance, or laughter. With the vanishing of rasa, there vanished also dharma, purity, knowledge, buddhi, wisdom, mercy, affection, love, as also energy, effort, willpower, wealth, and prosperity. Similarly, in the case of animals, birds, insects, and other creatures, and so also with trees and plants which no longer bore fruit, for their sap also had been dried up. Verily, rasa is another word for life itself. Rasa is Brahma, Rasa is existence, Rasa is wisdom, Rasa is consciousness, Rasa is bliss and joy, and Rasa glows both in males and females. Rasa gives potency and develops all sexual and secondary tendencies. Rasa alone is Retas, Rasa is Prana indeed. Thus, it is showing the connection between various aspects like the dharma, adharma, about the sex and vitality, about the retas and the prana. It is showing that the one connecting thing between all of them is the rasa. So Bandasura was knowing this and he sucked up the rasa from all the three worlds. Bhandasura thus became a veritable creature of darkness by stemming the progress of evolution of life and spirit and of creation itself. The moon could not shine in his fullness even during the bright half of the month. The stars twinkled but gloomily, looking hazy and clouded. Ignorance clouded all minds, while dire distress and dismal death reigned supreme. It was while things were in such diabolical grip that Parvati, being indirectly responsible for Kamadahana and having been greatly disappointed in her love, cast off all her ornaments and began an austere tapas. Rati Devi, unable to bear separation from her lord Kamaraja, was preparing to commit suicide in spite of Vasanta's effort to console her. A voice from the skies finally dissuaded her from the act of professing their reunion. Pending this reunion, Rati Devi also betook herself to tapasya. Even Vasanta was deeply affected, and he grieved very much at the passing of his friend and companion, whose demise alone was responsible for the birth of Bandasura and his kith, who had now sucked up all the rasa from creation, leaving even Vasanta shriveled up, weak, and helpless. Thus, as we have seen in this story, all the three worlds, including even the Vasanta, Devathas, Manavas, and all the creatures have got dried up and almost started losing themselves. And because of that reason, the Dharma also started faltering. And let us see how the world will going to recover from this. Meanwhile, Parvati started performing a severe austerity expecting to get reunited with Shiva. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puramasini Twamaham Prathaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.